A very dangerous Hurricane Katrina continues to churn in the Gulf of Mexico this afternoon. Winds are now 115 miles an hour, and the storm is expected to get even stronger.
As anybody remaining in Jefferson Parish needs to evacuate and be prepared to be gone for a month.
The wind is just starting to pick up.
A catastrophic hurricane.
The local TV stations, radio stations, and the Times-Picayune stepped up and really answered this thing. We found out what we're made of, and we're doing good. We're on the front line of this thing. It's not a job anymore, it's a mission.
We watched the storm coming in, we forecasted the storm coming in. We knew it was going to be bad. We did not have any idea of just what the destruction would be. We knew there would be, and the anticipation of seeing the first video was what everybody wanted to see. And when the first video came down, being from New Orleans and working for New Orleans Station, I'll never forget, it was video of Metairie at the off-ramp at Veterans, right at Veterans Highway between Power and Transcontinental. And I live toward the lake, basically a mile and a half from that area. And when I saw whitecaps on Veterans Highway, I just said to myself, I think I may have 3, 4, 5 feet of water. And I actually said that on the air because that's the emotion, and that's what people saw, and that's what I saw. And if people saw an area close to them with all this water, in their mind they would probably think the same way.
I'm watching the top of the Superdome flapping in the air because it didn't come off totally. There was a huge section that was like a flag that popped in the wind. And I caught a movement out of the corner of my eye. When I looked down, I saw water. And initially I thought, is that coming from the manhole covers of water? And then it dawned on me, oh my God.
To broadcast your own backyard, your own place where you live and love, and see the destruction, you have to separate the personal side from the job that I do.
Stories are unfolding 10 a day, 100 a day, 1,000 a day. I think one guy sort of is my microcosm, and he's a businessman in New Orleans East, and he's 74 years old and he's dying. And he would go, before the National Guard got to the barricades, he would go to his place of business on Dalman Road and clean it out by himself till the sun got there. He said, Katrina is not going to kill what took 50 years for me to build. He's still alive today. He is fighting like a sucker. That, to me, is what I see all the time, but a very graphic example of it. I'm not going to give up. This is not going to defeat me.
People have asked me, we sort of were joking around a long time ago, what the over-under is on when the first edition of the Times-Picayune will come out that does not have a Katrina-related story on the front page. And I have to think it's, 5 years, maybe 10 years. It's inescapable, and it touches everything we do, from the schools we go to, the jobs we have, our economy, our sports, Mardi Gras, everything.
We create and deliver so much oil off of our coastline that the country really needs New Orleans. And I really believe that it's not a question of should we rebuild it, it's a question of we need to rebuild it, and it's got to be bigger and better.
People will talk about, okay, give us the reasons why New Orleans needs to be. And that is the answer, because there is life. There is life here. We are Americans. Look what we have contributed to America. The lives of so many people have given so much and continue to do. How dare anybody even ask that?
We are still here. We are still alive.
The questions come up, do you rebuild, do you not rebuild? New Orleans is one of the oldest cities in the United States. New Orleans has gone through other storms, floods. New Orleans has gone through a lot. And New Orleans is a very strong city. And it's driven by the people of New Orleans. And if you don't live here, or you don't know anybody who's from here, I don't think you quite understand. And there's so much culture, the people, the music, the French Quarter. We have 2 major professional teams, from basketball to football. There's so much in New Orleans and so much that it has to offer that it would be criminal to let a city like this just die.